The Ironclad Covenant, Sam Reilly, Book 10. Written by Christopher Cartwright. Narrated by David Gilmore. Prologue. Natchez, Mississippi, May 18, 1863. William Chestnut's ankles were bound by heavy leg irons. His wrists were locked in hand irons, which were then shackled to 5 other prisoners. All were then restrained using the same method. The shackles were the Darby type, with barrel locks made by the Hyatt Company. The handcuffs had a square bow with notches on the outside that engaged a lock mechanism shaped like a teardrop. They were the same type he'd once used on the very slaves whose trade the Union had recently announced it was trying to abolish. He looked up. The morning's sky was already a bruised mixture of purple, red, and ochre. A violent storm was approaching. He grinned sardonically. There was a very good chance he'd be dead by the time it struck. He turned his gaze from the horizon to the river and watched as the iron monstrosity approached the wooden jetty. Thick smoke billowed from her 2 large smokestacks. At 150 feet in length, 36 feet of beam, and drawing only 10 feet of water, the CSS Mississippi had been built to run the river system at speed. Her paddle wheel had been replaced with twin 8-foot bronze screws, powered by 2 large horizontal fire-tube boilers that lay below the waterline and allowed her to reach a top speed of 14.5 knots in calm water, a speed that allowed her to outpace any other armored ship on the river. The 10-foot-high sloping sides of her casemate created a vaulted chamber toward the aft of the floating fortress, which angled inward at 30 degrees and extended below the waterline to form a protective bulge. She was clad in 4.25-inch wrought iron, backed by 14-inch teak, which rested on a thick framework of pine and oak. The combination of iron and wood prevented spalling, the process where cannon shot would cause the brittle metal to splinter and break into lethal fragments capable of destroying the rest of the ship, and made her one of the most formidable ironclads on the river. Built for speed, she carried just 5 guns. Amidships.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?